A very good evening and welcome to the news at 6 on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, Abuja. I am Inyene Ibang and here are the headlines. Senate passes 2018 appropriation bill. Joe Jesus strike, Labour Minister warns enemy against meddlesomeness. On the foreign scene, North Korea threatens to cancel summit with U.S. President. Stay tuned as we bring you details of this and more. The Senate has passed the 2018 appropriation bill following the consideration and adoption of the report by the Joint National Assembly Committee on Appropriation. The report was led before the Senate on Tuesday, while the lawmakers considered and adopted it at an extended plenary on Wednesday. The same version of the report was presented in the Senate and House of Representatives. President Muhammadu Buhari had presented the budget of 8.612 trillion naira to the Parliament for passage in November 2017, but the National Assembly raised the estimate to 9.12 trillion naira. And still from the Senate, the Senate has summoned the State Security Service, military as well as the police for a briefing over the killings last week in Kaduna State. Representatives of the security agencies are to give the lawmakers updates on the killings in Birnin-Gwari local government area of Kaduna State, as well as measures taken to beef up security in the state. The summon follows a point of order by Shehu Sani, who decried the continued killings despite the visit of security chiefs to the area. Meanwhile, the Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tuku Buratai has said the army would end the wanton killings and destruction of properties in Birnin-Gwari and environs in 3 weeks. But some Nigerians said the 3 weeks given by the army chief to end the killings sounds very familiar.
Personally, I've been affected. People have been killed in my family, in my village. I want to say that I'm disappointed. The 3 weeks he's talking about, we're not supposed to be talking about 3 weeks today. And we're not even sure whether that 3 weeks is just somebody just wants to voice out to say this or that. No, they know what to do to stop this killing. The Nigerian army is one of the best forces that we have. But because they have politicized the force in Nigeria, they have made it something that is not right any longer. That 3 weeks is just a joke. They just want to make people think that they are working.
Because Nigerians are yearning for reshuffling of the security apparatus in Nigeria, that might become the statement from Brutai. But if not that, why not? The primary purpose of having a state is for the security to be guaranteed. And once there is no security, that means the primary purpose from the citizen to government is lacking. And there's nothing like government again. If they know how to stop it, better off. Because nobody likes bloodshed.
We human beings, we are fallible in nature, that is able to make a mistake. So for him to say that he has a reason for that, he believed that within that 3 weeks, he will be able to defeat the headsman. If truly the federal government is serious about the security, they will provide the necessary equipment to the securities.
Federal government said they are using 1 billion to buy materials for them to go and fight with. Where are those materials? Since how long have they been fighting this fighting? It is now that you give 3 bucks to end the killing. So we are tired of stories. Let them come together within themselves and discuss inner carco politics, and that this will be end.
The presidency has said President Muhammadu Buhari is yet to receive a copy of the Petroleum Industry Governance Bill recently passed into law by the National Assembly. The harmonized version of the bill was passed by the National Assembly on March 28. There have been media reports indicating that the clean copy has been sent to President Buhari for presidential assent. But the Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Ita Enang, in Abuja on Wednesday said Buhari has yet to receive the bill. The bill, when signed into law, is expected to instill best global practice in the nation's oil industry. Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, has warned the Nigeria Medical Association, NMA, to stop interfering in the ongoing strike embarked on by health workers in Nigeria. Ngige said the unhealthy inter-union rivalry will affect progress in resolving the crisis. He called on NMA to desist from further interference of any form in the ongoing negotiation, as well as stop issuing threats to the federal government. He said government is working to achieve a lasting industrial peace in all sectors without prejudice to perceived group interest. The minister appealed to Johesu to call off its strike as their demands are being attended to. Nigerians have been asked to avoid any form of self-medication despite the current challenges in the health sector as a result of the ongoing strike embarked upon by members of Johesu. The call became necessary because of the risk associated with taking drugs without it being prescribed by a physician.
Before, the issue of kidney failure, liver problem, all these things is not in existence. But because we felt maybe we are in control of ourselves, we even lack confidence in our medical doctors. Because when you go to the public hospitals and see what is happening there, you even lose confidence to even go there. Our medical institutions have failed woefully. There's no palliative to medical services in Nigeria. So everybody now go back to want to treat himself. But it's not the best thing. The best way is to go to doctors. If not that, all this concussion, bring this one, add this one. It's not that unorthodox medicine is not working, but it have to be verified before one should put anything into his mouth.
Before the advent of medicine, our ancestors had their way of treating themselves. The only challenge that I have with it is that I don't know the quantities that a person should take. So people have to be careful what they take, and they should not go to quack doctors. So people need to be very careful because it's their life that is at stake.
Even doctor himself, he need not to do self-medication for himself or herself. You need to consult another doctor. Taking self-medication is not right. Who knows you have hepatitis and you believe that I can take Panadol and it can work. It doesn't work that way. So self-medication is not good at all, and I don't encourage it.
If you are sick, you have to go to hospital. Going to self-medication is very dangerous. That is why we have a lot of diseases here and there. Cancer, diabetes, and all these things. So if you want to be in good health, you actually go to doctor. There are general hospitals that you can go. Like the price is not much. But the issue is that these days in Nigeria, our hospitals is in decay because doctors are always going on strike. Our health workers are on strike. A lot of people are dying. So it's not a good thing.
Potential risk of self-medication practices include incorrect self-diagnosis, delays in seeking medical advice when needed, severe adverse reactions, incorrect dosage, among other things. Today is marked globally as International Day for Living in Peace. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark the day, some people have called for more tolerance for one another, irrespective of religious, ethnic and political differences.
I'm appealing to Nigerians, no matter what, we all should live together in one accord because no nation exists in conflict. So even if there is conflict, there must be a conflict resolution to end the crisis, to end the quagmire that is going around the nation.
If there is no peace, there is no development. But since the independence that we have been living together, even not because of this issue of herdsmen that came up and people are started deserting from farming, I think the peace has started returning because the U.S. president have talked to Mr. President that he should stop killing of Nigerians and we'll see more development in the country. I think peace is the only solution to Nigerians' problem.
This is something that is not negotiable. Without peace, no country or no society can survive. So I ask each Nigerians, we should try to emulate peace, irrespective of religion, cultural, and tribal differences. We should be one. That is the task that must be done. I don't believe in disunity. Disunity brings a lot of disadvantage to this country. No economies in this is that work under disunity. So I urge all Nigerians to live in peace.
A Kogi State High Court sitting in Lokoja has granted bail to the senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Dino Melaye. Melaye is being held over offences bordering on illegal possession of firearms brought against him. The presiding judge, Justice Nasser Ajana, on Wednesday granted Melaye bail with a sum of 10 million naira and one surety. Ajana said the bail was granted because of the health condition of the applicant and the fact that the senator did not have an antecedent of dealing in firearms. Counsel to the senator, Mike Ozokheme, had last week brought an application urging the court to grant Melaye bail. The news at 6. We'll be back right after this break. Stay with us. You're listening to the news at 6 on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM Abuja. And now, here are the foreign news. North Korea has said it may pull out of a summit with U.S. President Donald Trump if the U.S. insists it gives up its nuclear weapons. The highly anticipated meeting between Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un is due to take place on 12 June. But in an angry statement, North Korea's Vice Foreign Minister accused the U.S. of making reckless statements and of harboring sinister intentions. He pointed the finger at U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton. The White House has responded by saying it is still hopeful the meeting will go ahead. The groundbreaking agreement for Kim and Trump to meet came about as North Korea said it was committed to stop its nuclear activities in the Korean peninsula. And on to sports. The federal government has called on the Super Eagles not to settle for less, adding that just qualifying from Group D of the 2018 FIFA World Cup is no longer acceptable. It insisted that the team should aim to win the World Cup. Special Advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on publicity and media, Femi Adesina, in a statement in Abuja, also charged other African teams not to have low ambitions. Adesina, who said funding will not be an issue for the Super Eagles, added that the team should be more ambitious this time and go as far as it can. 3 times in 5 appearances at the World Cup, the Eagles finished at the round of 16. The Super Eagles will play Croatia, Iceland and Argentina in the group stage of the competition, which starts on June 14. And that's the news. But before we go, here's a quick reminder of our top stories. Senate passes 2018 appropriation bill. Johesu strike. Labour Minister warns enemy against meddlesomeness. On the foreign scene, North Korea threatens to cancel summit with U.S. President. And in sports, government tasks Super Eagles to be more ambitious in Russia 2018 World Cup. That's the news from Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, Abuja. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Inyene Ibanga.
This is Human Rights Radio 101.1.